So we are going to continue with some of the questions which have been asked in the previous NEET examination. And the first one is, to prove that DNA is a genetic material, which radioactive active isotopes were used by Hershey and Chase in their experiments? So we already know that phosphate is a part of DNA. This is a part of DNA or a nucleic acid, and sulfur is a part of amino acid. So in this experiments, Hershey and Chase experiments, these were the isotopes that were used. So the correct option in this case is B. If the DNA of the virus is labeled with 32 phosphate, that is the isotope, and the protein of the virus labeled with 35S, after transduction, which molecule would be present in the bacterial cell? So in this case, this DNA molecule, what does a DNA molecule have? DNA molecule, it has a sugar component. Then it has, this is a sugar component. It has a phosphate component, and it has a nitrogenous base component. So in this case, where the phosphate is radioactivated, so naturally this phosphate, it will get incorporated or it will get inserted into the DNA. So in this case, what is the question they have asked? That after transduction, which molecule would be present inside the bacterial cell? So inside the bacterial cell, because there is a DNA present with phosphate, the correct option in this case, it will be A. Which of the following DNA molecule, that is the single strand shown, will melt at a lowest temperature? If we look at the complementary base pairing, we have A base pairs with T and G base pairs with C. Now A and T, they have 2 hydrogen bonds, and G and C have 3 hydrogen bonds. So any strand, any structure which has maximum number of A and T, if they have maximum number of A and T, they will melt at a lower temperature. If any strand, if it has maximum number or more number of G and C, they will melt at a higher temperature. But in this case, they have, the question which is asked is which will melt at lowest temperature. So we have to find out that sequence which has minimum GC or which has maximum A and T. So in this case, if you look at this, G, the number of G and C in this case are so many. In this case, G and C is 1. In this case, G and C is more than 2. In this case, also it is more than 2. So the correct answer in this case, it has to be B. DNA X, that is the process, gives rise to DNA, gives rise to RNA. Why they have given? What is this process? And RNA, that this is the process, and they have asked gives rise to protein. So what are these processes referred as? So DNA is the molecule which undergoes replication. So X has to be replication. So it can either be this or it can be this. So DNA giving rise to RNA. This process we call it as, the process is referred, this is referred as replication. This is referred as transcription. And from RNA to proteins, this is referred to, the process is referred as translation. So X has to be replication, Y has to be transcription, Z has to be translation. So the correct answer in this case has to be C. DNA replicates semi-conservatively. This was first shown in, now this was Messelson and Stahl. They used the experiments where they were using N15 and N14, and the correct answer to this is Escherichia coli. So the answer is B. The given diagrammatic representation shows one of the categories of small molecular weight organic compounds in the living tissues. Identify the category. So we have to identify this molecule and what is this component X. So in this case, as if we look at this, we come to know that this is a pentose sugar. And to this pentose sugar, this added, it has to be a nitrogenous base. So now this, we cannot accept this answer because they have written amino acid in this case. And even this is wrong because this is not a cholesterol molecule. So either of these two, the answer has to be either B or either C. Now if we look at a nucleotide, what is the structure of a nucleotide? Nucleotide should have a sugar, a nitrogenous base, and it should have a phosphate. There is no phosphate shown in this case. So even this is eliminated. So the correct answer in this case is, this is a nucleoside and this is an adenine nitrogenous base, which is an adenine. So therefore the correct answer in this case is C. The pyrimidine, which shows additional stability to DNA over RNA. The pyrimidine, which confers additional stability to DNA over RNA. Now, this thymine is methylated, and because of this methylation, thymine, it gives an additional stability to DNA molecule. So the correct answer in this case is C. The nucleotide having a cytosine base and linked to a sugar by glycosidic bond at carbon number. So this is the sugar and this is the nitrogenous base. So this part, this carbon of the sugar is linked to the nitrogenous base. So what is that carbon? That carbon is the first carbon, because we know that this is the second carbon, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth carbon. So it is from the first carbon, it is attached to the nitrogenous base. So the correct answer in this case is A. Michelson and Stahl experiment on semi-conservative replication demonstrates. So if we look at the Michelson and Stahl experiment, so if it is N14, if this N15 radioactivated DNA is introduced into N14, so what we get is, we get a DNA molecule, and this DNA molecule will have, so this will be N15 and this will be N14, this will be N15 and this will be N14. So 50%, that is half of this strand, is radioactivated, and half of this strand, that is, this is non-radioactivated nitrogen, and this is radioactivated nitrogen. So the correct answer in this case has to be A. Escherichia coli with completely radioactive DNA was allowed to replicate in a non-radioactive medium for 2 generations. The percentage of bacteria with radioactive DNA is, so if we have, this is a radioactivated DNA N15, now this is placed in N14. Now what will happen in this case? Now in this case, one of this strand will separate, the second strand will separate, and we get this type. So this is the old strand and this is the new strand. This is the new strand, this is the old strand. So now in the next, this is the first generation. Now what happens in the second generation? In the second generation, again we have this strand, this will replicate. Okay. This will replicate again. And what we get here? We get a new strand here. And this is the old strand with N14. And again plus we will have this, and we will have the old strand. If you look at the total composition of DNA, what you will find? You will find that out of these four daughter DNAs, the total percentage of bacterium or the DNA which is radioactivated. So out of four, two are radioactivated. So and these red ones, we consider these as radioactivated. So out of these four daughter DNAs, we can say two are radioactivated. So 50% of them is radioactivated after, that is the second generation. So the correct answer in this case has to be C. E. coli, fully labeled with 15N, is allowed to grow in 14N medium. The two strands of DNA molecule of the first generation of bacteria have. Now, if we look at this again, we come to know that they have, because it is N14 and N15, they have different densities. And because there is a different combination, they do not resemble a parent DNA. So the correct answer in this case has to be, they have a different density, because N15 will have N15 in the cesium chloride, it will have, or it will show a higher density gradient, and N14 is comparatively lighter. So if you look at this, they have different densities. And because N14 and N15 are different, they do not resemble the parent DNA. The correct answer in this case has to be D. If one of the strand of DNA base sequence as ATCTG, what will be the complementary? They have asked RNA strands. So in case of RNA, A combines with U and G combines with C. So if we have A and we have U here, so there is no other combination which has U. So this A has to be U. Then it has to be A. Then it has to be G. Then it has to be A. Then it has to be C. So the correct complementary base pairing of RNA in this case is B. Which of the following does not follow the central dogma of molecular biology? Now, the meaning of central dogma of molecular biology means that DNA, the message DNA transcribed into RNA, this RNA gives rise to proteins. Now, this flow of information from DNA to proteins, and we call this as central dogma. Now, this central dogma is the characteristic features. This is a characteristic feature of all the organisms except the viruses. So in this case, the correct answer in this case is HIV, which is a virus. 3-5- phosphodiester linkages inside the polynucleotide chain serves to join one DNA strand. Now, if you look at the structure of a nucleotide, again we have a nitrogenous base. These are the sugar molecules, and this is connected to phosphate. Now, this in turn is connected to the second sugar. Again, there is a nitrogenous base. Again, this is connected to phosphate. So 3-5-. So 3-5-, this linkage, it helps in. So this is one nucleotide. This is second nucleotide. So the role of this, the phosphodiester linkage is, it connects this nucleotide, the first nucleotide is connected to the second nucleotide. And why is it a nucleotide? Because it has sugar, it has nitrogenous base, and it has phosphate. So the correct answer in this case has to be C. The final proof of DNA as a genetic material came from the experiments of. Now, if you look at Griffith gave something called as transforming principle. Griffith gave the transforming principle. But the actual information by radioactive isotopes, by using radioactive isotopes in the phages, it was Hershey and Chase who gave a final proof that DNA is a genetic material. So therefore, the correct answer in this case is B. Thank you.